Hey guys, this is a general reading for Scorpio for August 2020. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. If you have significant Scorpio in your chart, if you're just drawn to this reading, if you're cross watching, like for somebody else who is a Scorpio or has Scorpio in their chart, for more of a complete picture, or if this doesn't resonate with you, please check out my other videos I've either already made or will make in the future of all these placements I just said. Please understand that energy is fluid, so some, none, or all of this may apply. So just take what fits and leave the rest. This could be happening now. It could happen in the future. It could have happened in the past. Just apply it as necessary. Sorry. I could read this as love. It could be career. I could read this for you. It could be someone else significant to you. So like I said, just apply it as necessary. Take what fits and leave the rest. Thank you for those of you who have inquired about donations and participated with that as a reciprocity of energy and giving back and all of that. If you're interested, PayPal information's in the description box below. If you're interested in service information, description box below. Please read all of it, including the disclaimer. I have a few services that aren't up there, so if you're interested in shamanic services or like healings, for like if something's off with your energy, just needing it balanced out, to add anything to your energy, to remove anything from your energy, if there's any cords, maybe energies, entities, just anything that you need help going into your shadow, shadow contracts, shamanic soul retrievals for any essences that may have left during any trauma or anything like that. Or sometimes just, they do it. So if you need any of that coming back, shadow contracts, destiny retrievals, like if you forget what is possible for you due to any trauma or anything that's gone on. Either way, shadow work, healing, shamanic work. Also do crystalline consciousness technique, which I'll do a video on this, but basically it works with sacred geometry and really, really high frequencies up to like 11th, 12th dimension. And it just makes it where you go in your crystalline body. It makes healing and transformation and all that way faster, lighter, higher frequency, helps break through unseen energies that you're having a hard time breaking through, and it just kind of quickens it up a little bit and protects against electromagnetic fields and all of that and puts you in a more of your crystalline body and a lighter body. It's just faster. It's a higher frequency energy. I've been using that a lot myself and it's been really great. So if you're interested on that, please let me know. Honestly, I can't say enough about that. It's really helped me break through a lot of stuff lately. Also, light language, I do that as well and do personal sessions with that. So if you're interested in that, let me know, but I should be putting it up on the description area soon. Also, if you can't work with me, which by the way, those of you I've worked with, I love working with you guys. Thank you so much. Connecting with your energies. But please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That's just as much of a donation as well. It gives back to my channel. It helps circulate the videos and make it more likely other people who need to see the videos will see them. But please like, share, comment, subscribe. Even if I can't comment on all of them, I read all of them and I love connecting to your guys' energy. And it just means a lot to me. So it's a great way to also give back. So yeah, please like, share, comment, subscribe. If you think you're subscribed, please double check. I don't know, something like weird things go on with YouTube sometimes, and a lot of people, not just with my channel, but other channels, like people just get unsubscribed for some reason, like they didn't do it. So just make sure you are, okay? So Scorpio, we'll get started with your reading. I'm going to kind of see where this is going to go, but some of it I might channel. So we'll just start. In the center of your reading, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Or maybe one is coming in, or you might even be at a stalemate with one. So there is a side note on that. But what I feel more so is I feel like this is it's supposed to be your energy and what it's wanting you to go to, which kind of makes sense. Your opposite sign would be Taurus. If you were to evolve, it would be more to evolve in more of this kind of grounding way and growing and earthy kind of manifesting way. You know what I mean? It would be for you to embrace this energy, is what it would look like ideally for a Scorpio to evolve. So I think this is really more so than anything, this is where this reading or these energies are either leading you to or wanting to get you to go to, is just a sense of security, not just financially, but just to be able to ground yourself and have that just kind of more manifesting, lighter kind of just secure and abundant energy. There's very much a lack mentality I feel like you guys are working through, whether you know it or not. You are. So this is very much an abundant energy. It's a very secure energy. It's a very much of a manifesting energy, but, you know, not having like to do too much work. I mean, I know you guys really are a working sign. You like working, but being able to balance like working versus manifesting, like where to put your work to where it'll bring you more, and not putting a lot of effort into things that they're just not going to bring you results or serve you anymore. It's, you know, the King of Pentacles really knows, an evolved King of Pentacles really knows like where to put their energy, where to put their time, what is serving them, what is no longer serving them, like what makes them feel good. Like they're just very balanced. There's a very balanced energy to this. And there's stuff I feel that is either already going on or will be happening that is trying to lead you to balance. I think you guys are going to go through some of your own kind of like death energies, you know, just as transformation. And just to let you know, I think this is what is either available to you or what is happening around you to try to get you here. But it kind of depends on what you do with it. To some degree, I feel like it's what you do with it. Like how great. To some degree, I think it's just going to happen too. Some of it, like really the degree of it depends on you. So either way, you're going to become more balanced, even if it seems like more unstable at the moment. But how far into this, if this makes sense, the King of Pentacles you go, is up to you. But it's bringing in balance. It's bringing in security. It's bringing in a more abundant mentality. And really at the end of the day, it's trying to bring in your own evolution. Because when we evolve first to our opposite element and our opposite sign, and then to any other parts of the zodiac as needed. But it seems like what's hindering you is some type of maybe connection or relationship. So again, this could be also, maybe some of you have a Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, or someone with this energy around you. And what's blocking this and what's causing this stalemate, just as a side note, because this is coming up as a stalemate, strong for some people, is this whatever situation, relationship that's blocking you anyways. So, could be somebody outside of you. For most of you, or even but for most of you, I feel like the King of Pentacles is your own evolution, basically. There is some type of connection that's hindering you from like basically your evolved greatest self, if you will. So yeah, in the foundation you have Two of Swords, like some type of not seeing, and it's like some type of stalemate. Again, you have a lot of Taurus energy, so maybe some of you are dealing with Tauruses, but so there might be like a stalemate with the Taurus, or a stalemate with a type of commitment or relationship or traditions or beliefs. So it very well could be also, there's a Queen of Wands also coming up. So it could be Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. that either something about with having kids, or really highlighting some of your belief structures, like from when you were a kid or when you were younger. Some of you might also want to walk away to another relationship, but I don't think that's strongly for most of you. Maybe. I'm just going to leave that alone, though, because I don't feel like that's where most of the energy wants to go here. Either way, there's some type of stalemate with some type of commitment, relationship, tradition, beliefs, whatever. It could even be a job, actually, with the King of Pentacles being there. And the Hierophant, like maybe like, you know, commitment to a job. And you do have the Five of Pentacles as your underneath energy. So there is some type of lack mentality. Maybe you're going through some type of financial hardship, or health, or I don't know, because the Six of Cups keeps coming up a lot. So obviously that's your energy. Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. It's like, it's like I get this vibe, like I feel like Scorpio's really been doing some work. Really looking at some things. Which really makes sense too, because, I mean, like I said, you are Taurus's opposite sign. Uranus is in Taurus, which has made Tauruses go through, like, a lot of things. And it'll be there again for another, like, 5 to 6 years. So, of course, Scorpio being their opposite sign, you know, you're gonna get some of that as well, just being as, like, an axis. And I feel like if I had to go with what's going on in this type of situation or relationship, it almost seems like, I'm going to try to nail this down as much as I can because there's like so many things coming into play here. It seems like that, so there's a lot of deception, but I'm going to leave that aside for right now because I'm going to get to that when I get to your past energy. But it seems like you as a Scorpio, I feel, I can't speak for this other person or situation, I think you have been reflecting a lot and doing a lot of work, even in the way of really you're kind of seeing how things maybe from like your past or your childhood or whatever has really affected a lot of the way you see things. Maybe even you have to because of your kids, because you do have some Page energy, and also Six of Cups very much can talk about, you know, kids as well, but also it could be like nostalgia and just really, you know, how you saw and what you learned and the dreaminess and what you learned of when you were a kid, almost like in a beautiful way, but also the illusion of when you were a kid because you really just didn't see, you know what I mean? You just, what your parents told you and what you saw them do, and in your own little not fully cognitive developed mind yet doing the best it can to rationalize all this stuff and what happiness looks like and everything. And I think you've been like re-going over some of that and what's really not matching up, and, you know, who am I to this, and what does this mean, and what do I really want, and what do I do now, and it just really there's just a lot of thinking it over type of stuff, because I see in here you know, there's a lot of like really seeing things, you know, just what's going on inside you that didn't match up, and really just seeing stuff and trying to have a new go at it with like a new beginning, and sometimes even going between like, you know, single type energy and what do you want, and kind of going off on your own, but then having strength to change who you are, and almost like this, it's like a going back and forth. And I know I sound all over the place, but this energy is all over the place, but it's like doing your own thing, and then you realize something but not fully, and then maybe having another go at it, and it's just still not working out. And it just seems like this cycle and this revolving thing. And not only does it seem to be coming down to where it's like it's an energy also lacking within you. You have a lot of healing. You or somebody else or both of you or the situation or whatever really has a lot of healing that you need to do. That your vibe is either being lowered by this situation, and that's never going to match up unless you just keep yourself in a place you don't really want to be and you're just not going to be happy doing, or you can't really do the work because you keep getting distracted with this situation and not being able to just really sit with you and sit with what's going on with you. So I don't know. I guess I'll go on. I have the best track record, I guess, with Scorpios with having these type of conversations. So I don't know if most will even listen to this, but it just seems like something like that is going on, and I don't think you're fully seeing, and I get this vibe on your end or somebody's end of continuing to try to make something work that honestly either you're just not going to be able to do, and if you're not going to be happy in it, and you're going to have to like continue to be in some type of illusion and not seeing to be able to continue to do it, or you just can't do the work truly while being around this situation, I don't think. But either way, let's go in your past. So in your past, you know, and this really, like, I mean, if you had to take a lot of your, like, honestly worst cards you could take in a deck, you have them all in your past, and you all just write out as them, and I took them all. So you have the Moon, you have the High Priestess, which isn't always the worst, but coupled with this, High Priestess, Three of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and then Seven of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Like, this is a whole lot of deceit, secrets, other people, juggling, addictions, confusion, just flightiness, not grounded energy in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. Not in any way, shape, or form. Not judging. I'm just saying it's not. So there's a huge history here to whether in your environment or this situation, whatever. It's no. But in the crowning, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is some new tangible beginning that either you're thinking of or you realize is coming in, maybe even leading to like what this King of Pentacles is holding. But it really seems to me, because if you look at it, like what's crossing, like here's the energy you're trying to lead to, you know, to where you're a stronger foundation, you know, good money coming in, good security, balance, not a lot of, you know, BS basically. You know what I mean? Like, you could focus on what you want to focus on. You don't have to deal with what you don't want to have to deal with. I mean, within reason, of course, in life, we have to. but just a little bit more secure and together, a little bit more practical. Yeah, maybe practical. Maybe there's a lot of crap going on around you that is just not practical and not serving you, and you're just like, just trying to get it there, if ever or again. But what's crossing you getting here is this situation. I'm assuming it's this situation that you're in, this whatever commitment, relationship. Tell me about the Two of Cups. You have the King of Cups, so there you are. Tell me about the Two of Cups. Yeah. So you have, again, the Hierophant. And so it's either somebody that you're at a stalemate with, could be a Taurus. This is a Taurus card. Or it could very much be a relationship, a commitment, a marriage. Because you did have, after a while, I think by the end of it is, you know, you had the Hierophant. And then there was something else in between it. And then the Justice card. It was really looking like it ending in like a divorce or whatever. So I'm going to assume that it's whatever you've been, yeah, exactly, with the Queen of Wands. And, yeah, the Four of Cups, and then the, oh, yeah, that's what it was, the Tower. There's the Hierophant, the Tower, and the Justice. It's blocking you, whatever this is, like holding you back. And I don't know whether you see it or not, or you just don't want to give up on it. I mean, that's kind of the way, like, for the most part, Scorpios and Tauruses really are. Like, when they're really, like, into something and want it, like, it's hard for them to give up or let it go, especially when they've invested a lot of time into it or whatever. So, I get it. But in your likely future, you have the Emperor and you have the Star card. So, I think the Emperor becomes like you. I do think that you gain a level of stability, a level of control back. I think you do a level of healing. Why is this like your future? So the King of Pentacles. Why is this the likely future? I feel like some of you do work on something on your strength within yourself, and whatever all the stuff in the past is, these kind of vices or whatever, I think some of you work on this and really work on this control within yourself and really do a level of healing and discipline and really kind of almost like a fasting idea, and just whatever is not serving you or like has been like contributing to an imbalance in the past, you may not be, you know, indulging in it at all or as much, and more like working. Like we might be ignoring anything kind of love or relationship, like anything emotional right now outside of you. Like you might be dealing with just you and just, you know, just in your own energies, basically. There's a lot of isolation energy, you know, which makes sense, like, because how you see yourself is you have the Hermit and you have the Nine of Wands. So you're really just kind of like doing your own thing. You're in your own energies, processing everything that's happened, everything that, you know, you want, what has happened in the past, just going over everything, but you're in your own energies, basically, and turning everything that you've been through, everything that you learned, and everything like that into wisdom, because I think you have been through a lot, you know, like, this is very much a spiritual perseverance, but the wounded warrior type card, like, you're healing, but, like, you've been through a lot, whatever it is. and you're just kind of doing your own thing and learning. And I think that's why your likely future is like the Emperor, where you kind of gain your stability back, your control, your strength. You now have a better direction of where to go and what's for you and what direction you should go in. Almost like your path is a little more illuminated in which way you should go. And there's a certain level of healing that goes along with that. Like, I don't know if you're there now or if you will be soon. I think right now you're kind of like this. You could be going towards this new beginning, but I think the new beginning comes, like, I think right now, or maybe recently, you could have been in this furious, going forward, taking charge type energy. It doesn't even have to be furious in an angry way, but you're just really going and speaking and trying to do it. And I think more of this comes when you just kind of pull back and rest. And that's what I was really getting when I first laid down the cards, was really to say to you, just stop. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is you've been doing, whatever going after, whatever trying to fix, whatever chasing, whatever, just stop. It'll be in your best interest. Because A, you know, you'll feel better about yourself. And B, it'll really help you get clarity. Because sometimes when you're in that go, fix, moving forward, and you don't just give yourself a minute to see, like, what is going on here? Do I still want this? Is this good for me? Is this the best way to go about it? You know, am I keeping my dignity here? You know, and stuff like that. I think you're more coming from this place, which is why you're more in like the Knight of Swords energy, where you're just like, it's bringing up some stuff, insecurity, wounds, or lack, or whatever that you might have gotten when you were a kid. Like something, like you're processing through some stuff. Maybe you realized it by now, because you do see yourself in the Hermit, in the Nine of Wands mode. Maybe recently you were in that go type thing. But I will say what's in your environment is the Page of Cups. And then clarifying that is the Ten of Swords, Three of Hearts reversed. Sorry, Three of Swords reversed. And the Ace of Wands. So it could be you going in a new emotional direction. It could be kids. But it could just be someone else around you who, like, they're done. They're literally done. And they're going already in a new direction. Whether this is this situation or something else. Like, some of you have a stalemate with somebody. So maybe that's them. I don't know. It could be this also is you too, though. But it's weird, though, because the environment is seeing you offering some type of emotional whatever to a Queen of Wands reversed. Which, you know, Queen of Wands reversed is like, either I don't know why I see this as a lot as trying to get this back. Whether back in your life or back on track where it once was. Like, you just want it where it once was. But it could also be like somebody who's just really, you know, they're not in their highest form of a Queen of Wands. You know, they're kind of jaded, really kind of nasty, maybe even manipulative or mouthy or angry. Or, I mean, just think of it. I mean, think of all that fire energy just... I know, really angry, tainted, resentful, jealous, resentful way. I don't know. Like, so it could be that, you'll know, you know, but if not, it's somebody that, tell me about the Queen of Wands reversed. Yeah, like the Eight of Wands. It's somebody that is either like that or somebody that they were there, but they're not anymore. And I think maybe you might be working at that. Tell me a little bit more about the Queen of Wands reverse. Yeah, you have the Devil and the Hermit. So, I don't know. I'm not going to go on deeper on that. You'll know which one it applies to. Either way, there's this level of it's not going great, or even more so, like, I feel a big single energy or single in transition energy. So I'm not even sure really, honestly, if this Queen of Wands is still there. I think you're either trying and it needs to end, or it already has ended and you just keep trying. At least that's the way your environment sees you. Instead of what's available in your environment is just being done with all this crap, letting yourself heal and not dealing with things that affect your heart and just going on a new beginning. But, I mean, you see yourself as doing the work and healing. I'm just curious why do you see yourself, I mean, unless you're just learning, as the Hermit and the Nine of Wands, but yet they see you as going towards that? Because even in your hopes, you have Temperance. So again, it could very much, this is Sagittarius. And you have Queen of Wands, which is Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. And then you have more fire energy with the Six of Wands. And then you have Five of Cups. So your hopes is to, like, whatever is going on, that this passes, that there's a level of balance, healing, attention, feeling good again. Like, really, I look at it like maybe you're the Five of Cups. I think literally, actually, the Five of Cups is a Scorpio energy. And it's almost like maybe this Queen of Wands, which is coming as the Temperance, maybe like brings their attention to you, which is now kind of sad and bah-humbug. That's your hopes, is that this does straighten out. So maybe you're looking at it like, no, you are keeping a little bit of pride, you know, and dignity, and you are in your own space, but you're hoping or waiting for this to come back and bring you attention, or it to be good again, like to bring you out of your uncomfortability, sadness, remorse, resentfulness, or whatever. Because what's in your fears is the Five of Wands. Like, you either just don't want the conflict anymore, you don't want to fight anymore. Maybe they're talking to someone else. Maybe you don't want the competition. Maybe you'd like to make it to where you don't have a bunch of other competition. Somebody, because there's a lot in the past. Somebody, one or both of you. No, just a lot of deceit, secrets, a lot of people, and all of that. But what's in your likely future is you have the Page of Wands. Like, you're more than likely you're going to be going on a new beginning. Likely outcome, should I say. That's what this is. Learning new things, starting a whole new passionate beginning. I think it's just time, honestly, like if I had to go off the energy of the cards, I think it's just time for you to let go. I think it's just going to keep you in a state of confusion and back and forth, and really, honestly, just outside yourself. Like, you're really just not going to see you. I don't think you can be in or around this situation, at least not anytime soon, and really see properly. There's a level of you not seeing and a level of awakening that you have to have. If you look here at these cards, you have, I'm just going to read the code words because it's all that matters. You have deception, you have sacrifice, dedication, and purity. It's really telling you, like, you're not seeing properly. Like, you need to let this go and sacrifice this and dedicate yourself to something that I guess is more pure, but you don't have to go off pure. Like, it's just something that's better for you. It serves you more. It's more aligned with what you're trying to do and who you currently are. I just think you're having a hard time letting something go. And I don't think you're accepting that, A, you're not vibing anymore together. The energy is just not vibing. But B, that you don't even know possibly that this isn't even something that you want, or that things can get so much better, because this situation is keeping you in such a low vibe and a lack mentality. It's like fueling your shadow side, or your not your highest self side, to what is your greatest potential. I mean, if you really think, besides time investment and not wanting to do the work and invest in something again, you really look at why you're doing this to feel better again. But it's not making you feel good anyways, or it would be working. You know what I mean? And yeah, you could look at it like, oh, well, I don't know, maybe this was you who did this in the past. And you're like, maybe I can fix this, maybe whatever. Maybe you can't. Or maybe you're just not in alignment with anymore. Maybe one of the reasons that all this energy is going on is because you're trying to keep something there that at one time either served its purpose, or the illusion that it was serving its purpose, and you're just trying to get that back, trying to bring it back, trying to bring it back, trying to bring it back. And it's just not. It's just not. And it's never going to be that again. And if you really look back, I mean, it may have really worked at one time, or it might have just fed your illusion with how asleep you were. Like, have you ever thought about the fact that maybe you're growing, maybe you're waking up, maybe your frequency and your alignment is shifting to where you're starting to become more aware of your environment and what's going on, not only around you, but within yourself, and to the fact that it's just becoming more and more apparent that you're not aligned with this, it isn't going to work. And yeah, on one hand, it sucks. You got to do some work. You're going to have to figure out who you are. Like, it's... But, I mean, if you really break that down logically, it's like, well, I don't want to do that because, A, it's a little bit of entitlement energy. Like, I just want to have what I have and not have to grow and not have to, like, deal with any of it. But because it's happier, right? But it's not. If you really look at it, it's not. You're just going to have to, like, distract yourself more and more so that you don't realize it's not making you happy and it's not feeding you energy anymore. It's not doing its thing. You might as well cut your losses so that you're not just zapped and drained even more, and go find the things that now do align to you. And it's not a failing. It's not that you're giving up, because I get it. Like, that's a hard energy. It's really hard, especially like even if something's not great for you, it's really hard to let go and deal with the energy of failure, or you weren't enough, or you weren't good enough, or you couldn't make it work, or really just being a failure, I guess. And that's an illusion energy. Like, the energies shift and change, you know, and you have to roll with it. And the more you grip on, the worse it gets. So if you are somewhat in isolation mode right now, I hope you are, and I think that's going to be really good for you. Because I think eventually you are going to have some type of perception change or an awakening to where you see this differently. Maybe there's a chance once you shift your perception, your vibration could shift and then it'll work. Maybe. I wouldn't really worry about that. This seems like a point where it's time to focus on you right now and kind of get yourself back where you need to be. Because especially if you look right here on the bottom of this deck, you have sad embrace and you have goblins. So, I mean, that really matches with, like, this right here, which is on the bottom of this deck, where you have the Five of Pentacles and you have the Six of Cups, where you've got some lack mentalities and something that's coming from like old wounds or old beliefs. Same here. You know, yes, this situation is sad, but you've got some type of inner sadness going on that, you know, you've got goblins. And the card goblins is really about when somebody has something that hurt them, or it was trauma or whatever, that it was never really dealt with, and that energy stayed with them, and it just festered and festered and festered and kind of grew into, you know, these little things. All these are inside of you and they need to be cleared out. And I think your fears of what you fear by letting this go really actually is an illusion, and it's something for you to face. But I think it's going to be exactly what you need and get you exactly where, because you're trying to be this anyways. Like, something in your mind is telling you, if I have this situation and I can just work hard enough or figure out a way enough to get it right the way it used to be, you'll be back here. And that's really actually not the case. This situation cannot serve to do that anymore. I don't know if it's because there's too much history back here. I don't know if it's because you're not in vibration or alignment with anymore. I don't know if they're not. I don't know if this isn't a deep enough situation. I don't know. But for whatever reason it served you at one time, it's not anymore. You have awakening. You have wit. Like, I think you wake up to things and you receive some type of knowledge, and it allows you to heal, and it liberates you. Liberation, and brings you balance, which is exactly the reason of this in the center of your reading. It's trying to bring you a level of stability and balance. But you have to let this go. And I mean, that's really hard to say. I don't know how to tell you how to do that. Like, I mean, I'm a Taurus sun, so I'm like the worst person. I mean, I've been doing it and I've been doing good and I've had to work really hard, but, you know, Scorpio is my opposite sign. So I get it. You know, I get why when you're really set on something, it's hard. And it's hard sometimes to take your mind off of that and somewhere else. I actually think Tauruses sometimes have a little bit harder of a time than Scorpios. But I have respect in saying that full on. But this situation, at the very least, you focusing on it or whatever, like, I don't think it's supposed to be in your path anymore. Not in this way. I think there's other things coming for you. I think it's actually affecting your vibration. And it's actually blocking your abundance. It's blocking your security. To me, it just feels a sense of a false sense of security. If you are somebody who participated in all this in the past, that might even be more of a reason why it's not in alignment. I mean, for one, there's too much water under the bridge, but even more so what I'm trying to get at is that I don't know. Like, I don't know how deep or how good or how true balance and love of a situation that could be. If, I mean, this is a quite a past, you know, the moon, High Priestess, Three of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Like, I mean, somebody was not really truly invested in this relationship, and if they were, not in a way they should have been. So I don't know. Is that a thing too? Is that like, he was either the Queen of Wands, and I mean, you're just trying for a relationship that's not good for you, or it was you, and because the Queen of Wands reverse is also, they're either gone or they're very manipulative. Like, or did you do something and it just caught up with you? and you lost everything. And it's like you're trying to get it back. And again, that's kind of an illusion. Like, I just think it's something that you need to experience and something you need to go through, just in a way of finding yourself and who you are and really aligning to that instead of trying to just hold a face or something. I don't know. It's just an energy that I feel. I feel like you just need to let go of this and just shed this layer from your identity. Because I feel an energy like you're trying to change. I really do. I really feel an energy like you're trying to change. And it's like, it's almost like this energy of, I'm just going to say it, I don't know, but did all of this in the past cause this? Did it cause this to go to this? And now this person even needs to do some healing or whatever. But either way, how do you change? And how do you truly do something that is, starting on a new, a new foot, a new leaf or whatever, like you're doing something, moving forward and going. And you're dealing with somebody still who is now vengeful, vindictive, they're angry, they're just maybe even manipulative, but they're just emotionally like rageful, jealous, mouthy, like projecting, not pleasant, not pleasant. How do you do that? I don't know. Like, and maybe that's part of your guilt. You know what I mean? Like, maybe part of your guilt is, I created this. And maybe I can just try hard enough and do something different and they'll change. And I just don't know about that. To me, it just seems like this constantly festering cycle, and you're not going to be able to stay like that too. It's not going to be healthy for you. Like, it's not going to be healthy for you, because if you truly are trying to evolve and change, and I get it, that's a little bit crappy of a situation. I get the holding on to the guilt of that, of like, oh, look, what I did, and now what? Now I'm just going to walk away and then start on a new leaf, and then I just, on that, like, I get it. But what are you going to do at the same time? Like, suffer your whole life? Like, let your soul die? If this isn't you, flip-flop it. I don't know. But let it just... Especially if you have kids, the best thing you can do is be a bigger person, do what's best for you, and actually really learn and grow, so that those kids have like the best role model they possibly can. And not but staying together for kids is like the worst idea, in my opinion. Like, now you just like teach your kids like what a dysfunctional relationship looks like, and then they sit where you are. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, honestly, just speaking honestly, even from a female perspective on this, and honestly, I would think even a balanced male would say this, the best thing you can do is let go and let the healing happen. And then where it goes is where it goes, and just get out of the cycle, not only for you, but for your kids. And honestly, it is the best thing for the other person as well, because they might be so caught up in the whole thing that they have a hard time of letting go, and it's this dysfunctional, toxic thing. So either way, maybe you have some guilt, and that's why you keep trying to, is because you feel like it's your fault. If not, please forgive me, just flip-flop it. You don't have to explain. But you're not going to be able to stay in the changed form that you might be trying to do if you're in a situation that is like that, around a person like that, and it's like hell. Like, you have to have, when you're changing and you're doing that work, you have to have an environment around you that supports that. And if it does release any of your guilt, just to let you know, like, it's not just your fault that that would have happened, because that person completely 100% contributed to the whole game playing, right? They stayed, they did the stuff, they allowed themselves to go to this. That's absolutely their part too, because if it wasn't, they would have been gone. So I get it, but at the same time, don't allow yourself to stay stuck just because of that, okay? They are an adult. They're responsible for their own actions. They're responsible for their own healing. And you cannot heal them. Like, one thing I've learned in my journey, like, whatever hurts you usually can't heal you. Because it takes trust and it takes safety to heal yourself. And chances are you don't feel safe around this person. And if you do, and you did this to them, they don't feel safe around you and they don't trust you. They're not going to be able to heal. They're not going to level up, which means you're going to stay stuck and they're going to stay stuck, and it's going to be like this. Which then will even be worse on you, because then not only did you have the guilt of all this on your shoulders, you'll then have the resentment and regretfulness of wasting so many years of your life and losing so much of your life vitality, and then allowing your kids to see, if you have kids, a more and more dysfunctional relationship as time goes on. So, just saying. So, I just hope the guilt isn't getting to you and saying that, like, because I feel that very strongly coming up, that you caused this situation. So not only did you sabotage it, not only did you destroy it, but you caused whatever issues is going on with them. And on one hand, I respect that acknowledgement, but on the other hand, you've got to let that go. Like, the best you can do if you are around this person is just acknowledge it, apologize, state what you see and what has, and just truly apologize, and then go do the healing and become a better person. Like, that's honestly the best thing you can do. And even if this person is now scorned and they don't get better, that's on them. That's not on you. That is completely on them, because they'll go do the healing if they're a responsible party. If they're not, then it shows you even more, like, this was something you guys, like, I'm just telling you, from this type of situation, this is something that happened together. This is not on one party. So please don't take all the credit for this. Although I respect that acknowledgement if you're feeling that way, this is absolutely created together. This was a team effort in this happening. And that's another way you can tell too. Watch and go see what this person does afterwards. Are they like, oh, you're no good. Oh, look, now you want to be better. Now you're not with me. Look what you did. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Then you dodged a bullet. Because either A, like, okay, it would have been all right and blah, because this person isn't about self-improvement then, and you still wouldn't have reached your full potential, or you would have reached your higher potential, they wouldn't have, because they would have stayed just whatever, or became this way because then their fears would have been ignited because you improved yourself and reached more of your full potential. And then either way, it would have been a problem, is what I'm trying to say. I hope you're following me on this. So watch and see what happens. What do they do with themselves? Do they go on a healing journey? Do they heal themselves? Or do they just stay bitter and resentful? Meaning, it wasn't you. You might have played a part in it, in the back and forth crap game, but it wasn't you, and you don't need to feel guilty. Apologize for what you did, state what you did, and be fully honest and, just transparent, and then go do your own healing. And if they don't do their healing, then it wasn't fully you and you dodged a bullet. I hope you're following me on my thought process on that, okay? Because, like I said, even if you didn't, if you would have rose up, you would have either now been bored because they wouldn't have grown with you. Like, a healthy relationship, you two should grow together, right? You should grow together. Not always stuck to each other's side, but like some together, and some like you're doing your hobbies and interests and they're doing their hobbies and interests. And if they're not, then I don't know. And sometimes they don't ever, like when I was younger, I didn't see this. I was awake or asleep, you know, so I didn't know any of this. I wasn't taught this. I had to learn this. So sometimes it'll happen. Who knows? But either way, if they're not and they don't, then you would have rose up anyways, and they would have either not grown with you, you wouldn't have been in alignment, or they would have been resentful that you were growing and they weren't, and they would have tried to hold you back. Either way, you'll be able to see. Watch what they do. Do they heal? Do they do the work? Do they whatever? Either way, release the guilt if you feel that way, because there's no way you can do that on your own. It has to be a group effort. Even if you were the main one instigating it, they completely played even by allowing it and playing into a victim mentality. So it is whatever. And I don't mean to say like, oh, good, you did that. Like it's not nice or whatever, but for the most part, not always, but for the most part, people can't do to you what you don't allow them to do. So, just saying. I think I'm going to end it here, if you guys are even hanging on right now, but I love you guys. I do think you have good things coming. Just do you. Keep doing your work. Keep doing your healing. I can feel you. Whoever I'm talking to, you're trying. I can feel it. And you're really trying to work on this stuff, and that's really hard to do. I'm not trying to point fingers or blame or take anything away from you that isn't deserved. I'm just speaking fully in reality and practicality right now. It's going to be really hard to do what you're trying to do when you're surrounded by this. Because, you know, I'm not speaking on right or wrong right now. I'm speaking on your soul evolution in this reading. And regardless what caused it, regardless what led there, regardless whatever, if you're truly trying to work and become a better person, you really need to watch what you're around and what your environment is and what thoughts are coming into your head. And if you have a very bitter and resentful and scornful person around you, however it was caused or happened, it is going to stop your own evolution. And everybody deserves to be a better person, no matter what. You know, nothing ties them from not being deserving of that. You know, especially if they just own up to their stuff, apologize, like truly own up to stuff during that process of emotionally growing and maturing, then you deserve to be able to heal this and grow and not have that resentfulness and look back like it was a part of what you went through too, which they clearly played a part in. So please allow yourself to learn. Please allow yourself to grow. Please allow yourself to have balance and prosperity and better things. And don't think that you can heal this person, because you can't. They don't trust you. And they don't feel safe with you. You can't heal them. And it's up to them. They're a big person. They can handle their own situation. But you deserve to have prosperity. You deserve to have love and balance and abundance. It's just time for you to do your work. But be in a safe environment yourself to be able to do it. And I just don't feel like you're in a safe environment. And neither are they. I think it's just going to keep reopening the wounds and keep re-triggering and keep being like, see, I told you. See, that's why. See, blah, blah, blah. See, blah, blah, blah. I don't know why I'm saying that, but I feel like it is. So, I think I'll end it, but I don't know. Like wondering if I should offer any guidance. Should I offer guidance? Any cards when I talk to Scorpio? Yeah. So you have many paths. I might read it, but I mean, even on a surface level, it's telling you like, yo, please understand there are many paths in your life you're going to be going down. And you are very much being guided to a different one right now. It's okay to let go and do you. Your call now is to take a big, bold step and leave the beaten path. Oh my God. Right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Heaven and earth are conspiring on your behalf to support you in this move. I'm amazing. My guides are amazing. Do not dally lest you miss the moment. It's time to sail into the uncharted. Exactly. That's why this is, come here. That's why this is your likely outcome. Be sure you attend to both your path through this earth as well as your journey through the stars, which you do have in your likely outcome, right? Where'd it go? You have the Star and the Emperor in your likely outcome. So, yeah. I'm not pulling anymore because all these things are verifying what I just said. I hope you heed this advice. You guys didn't click off. Scorpios don't really listen this long, or at least in my opinion, like to be, like really talk on this level, but some might. I don't know. But I hope this really helps you, and I hope you really just keep doing the work and go on that other level and let whatever this is that's been holding you back go. It's holding you back. And you deserve better. Don't hold on to the guilt. Own up to whatever you need to own up to. Apologize for whatever you need to apologize. And do the work and let go. And that's your best way you can reconcile the situation, even within yourself, is just work to be a better person, like truly a better person. And I'm not saying you're a crappy person. I'm just saying, like, if this was you who contributed to most of this in the past, which they played a part in, just own up to it and apologize and then be a better person. And don't let anybody hold you back either from being like, man, I wish I had figured this out back when, or oh, this would have been easier. It wasn't meant to be in your path. Everything happens for a reason. There are multiple things we're supposed to figure out. There are certain people come for certain lessons and at certain phases. And I get it. That's hard to let go of. You know, like sometimes you really want that person to last through all the phases. But clearly you're meant to go through another phase and learn just different lessons right now that you cannot learn with this person or this situation. And just let go of that learned and picked up behaviors or guilt. Like, I don't know, did this come from your parents? That's like, once you're together, you need to stay together. Once you're married, you need to stay married. Like, if you have kids, you need to stay together, which that is ideal. It is ideal, but not at the price of your soul. Not at the price of a dysfunctional household that now not only are you selling yourself out and your soul out, but really you're not doing your kids a service either. It's a disservice. You're continuing that pattern of the next generations not knowing what real love looks like, what real independence looks like, what real will and discipline and being there for yourself and balance and true just inner strength and being, not just a facade and a face, really looks like. I'm just gonna stop now because I could preach for like another 10 hours. So I love you guys. If you need help with this or perspective or anything like that, let me know. I hope you navigate this well. Good luck. Donation information, service information, all information below. If you're interested in shamanic work, the crystalline consciousness technique, or light language personal service, email me. It's also in the description box below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell. I love you guys, and I'll be seeing and talking to you soon.